From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, November the 30th, 2017. Palestinian terrorists fired 12 rockets from Gaza at an IDF post this afternoon near Israel's border with Gaza. No Israeli troops were injured. Minor damage was sustained. The IDF said the projectiles were fired by Palestinian terror group Islamic Jihad, apparently in response to the IDF's demolition last month of a terror tunnel the group dug from Gaza, infiltrating Israel for the purpose of kidnapping Israeli citizens or soldiers. In response to the rockets fired today, Israeli tanks and aircraft struck several terror positions in the Gaza Strip, two of which belonged to Hamas, while the other two belonged to Islamic Jihad. The IDF said Hamas was ultimately responsible for any attacks emanating from Gaza, and therefore both terror groups were targeted. IDF spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus wrote on Twitter, "We're not looking to escalate the situation. Our mission is to defend Israel." He said this is yet another violation of Israeli sovereignty by terrorist organizations from Gaza. And the IDF is looking into an incident that took place in the West Bank today, where a group of Israeli settlers on a hike said they came under attack by a group of Palestinians who barraged them with rocks. The IDF said 20 Israeli boys were on a hike accompanied by several adults, two of whom were armed, near the village of Kusra, when a disturbance broke out and the Israelis were attacked with rocks, and one of the Israeli fathers shot at the rioters in self-defense, killing a 48-year-old Palestinian man. The Israelis then barricaded themselves in a cave near the village until IDF forces arrived, dispersed the Palestinian rioters, and rescued the Israelis, two of whom, the adults, were taken to the hospital with light injuries. Some of the Palestinians were said to have tried to help the Israelis, while others were trying to attack them. It was not clear at the time of this report whether the Israeli group had coordinated their hike with the IDF, as is generally required in the West Bank. Meanwhile, Hamas's handover of control of Gaza to the Palestinian Authority has been postponed. Reuters reports that rival factions Hamas and Fatah, who run the PA, cited the delay as necessary to, quote, complete the arrangements to successfully conclude reconciliation steps to which the Palestinian people aspire. As we have been reporting to you, the handover, which is part of the recent Palestinian Unity Agreement reached between the factions, was supposed to take place tomorrow. It has now been postponed by 10 days. The Jewish world today remembers the expulsion of hundreds of thousands of Jews from Arab lands and Iran. Israel's foreign ministry posted a map on this annual Memorial Day of November the 30th, showing the data for some 850,000 Jews who were forced to flee their homes because of their Jewish identity following Israel's declaration of independence in 1948. American Jewish history scholar and professor at Brandeis, Jonathan Sarna, will be recognized by Brandeis with the title of University Professor, the school's highest honor for faculty members. The title is awarded to those who have achieved exceptional scholarly distinction, and only a few professors at Brandeis share the honor. Sarna has been teaching at Brandeis since 1990. He chairs the college's Hornstein Jewish Professional Leadership Program and also serves as chief historian of the National Museum of American Jewish History in Philadelphia. He is also an award-winning author. A ceremony was held this week in Philadelphia, breaking ground for a new Holocaust Memorial Plaza, a project of the Philadelphia Holocaust Remembrance Foundation. The new plaza, expected to be completed next fall, will include the 6 Million Jewish Martyrs statue, which has been at the site since 1964, the first of its kind in the U.S., but will undergo a complete makeover with new features added, including 6 pillars that symbolize the 6 million, actual train tracks from the railroad adjacent to the Treblinka death camp, which will be embedded in the pavement at the plaza, and a sapling of the Theresienstadt tree, the tree which children at the Theresienstadt concentration camp planted and cared for in secret. That sapling will be planted at the plaza. And through a partnership with the Shoah Foundation of the University of Southern California, visitors to the new plaza will have access to an interactive mobile app explaining the various elements and giving historical context. The app will also let visitors view eyewitness accounts from over 50,000 Holocaust survivors. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, November the 30th at 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study with Rabbi Mordechai Becker. At 8, a look at the legacy of Louis Brandeis. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with former Congressman Steve Israel on L'chaim. At 10, chief political correspondent for the Jerusalem Post, Gil Hoffman, talks about the state of Israel in the context of the current international political climate. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, it's the program The Debka Files. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, November the 30th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader.